Good evening, my fellow Nevadans. My name is Steve Yeager, and I am the Speaker of the Nevada Assembly, and I represent Assembly District 9 in southwest Las Vegas. On behalf of the Democrats who serve in the legislature, I'm honored to share some thoughts with you tonight about the direction of our state. This past November, Nevada voters again overwhelmingly voted for Democrats to lead our state legislature. Indeed, Nevada voters sent a clear message about the issues they care about and what they want for our state to look like in the future. We do not take your trust for granted, and we know that the decisions we make matter to you. So it is now time to get down to business for you, the people of Nevada. Governor Lombardo has said that working together is important to him. It is important to us as well. Governor, there is absolutely no need to break your veto record from the last session of 75 vetoes. Nevadans expect and deserve leaders who will work together to solve everyday problems. That is what we intend to do, and we sincerely hope that the governor is a willing partner in this effort. Our state song is Home Means Nevada. Like you, I am proud to call Nevada my home, but whether home can continue to mean Nevada for many depends upon the actions we take now to ensure that Nevada is a place of opportunity for everyone. Legislative Democrats believe that every Nevadan willing to put in a hard day's work should have the opportunity to get ahead. Sadly, that is not always the case today. But we do not fear the future. Instead, we are here to shape it for the better. So what will legislative Democrats do for you? We are proud of the efforts we made last legislative session when it comes to public education. We increased our investment more than any other state in the nation with a record $2.2 billion increase in the public education budget. But we didn't stop there. We set aside money to give our teachers pay raises that average 20%, raises that have drastically reduced teacher vacancies in both large and small school districts. While money is important, it isn't the only answer. To that end, we made accountability and transparency a central focus of our efforts. You, the taxpayer, deserve to know how your money is being spent, and you deserve to know it is being spent in a way that gets results. We will continue with those efforts, including fixing the issues with the Clark County School District Board of Trustees, which continues to make the news for all the wrong reasons. We will set minimum professional qualification standards for high-level school district administrators and ensure that there are ways to hold districts accountable if they don't live up to our collective expectations. We will also be prioritizing expanding pre-K opportunities, reauthorizing teacher raises, and improving the teacher training pipeline so that every classroom in every school has a qualified teacher. We won't settle for good enough. We will demand excellence. We will, however, continue to oppose any attempt to privatize public education and divert your taxpayer money to unaccountable private organizations, including out-of-state for-profit corporations who want to make money off of our students. It is wrong, and we will not allow it. Many Nevadans continue to feel the pinch as the cost of healthcare, childcare, housing, and more have all increased. Our paychecks are stretched thinner and thinner. This session, we will pass legislation to ease the financial burden on families, whether it's making housing more affordable, reducing healthcare costs, or ensuring that basic necessities are within reach. You deserve enough to pay your bills and have extra money in your pocket to occasionally take your family to a Golden Knights game, go Knights go, or make a birthday or Christmas that much more special for a loved one. It's why we will continue to prioritize lowering the cost of prescription drugs, as well as ensuring that every Nevada student is guaranteed breakfast and lunch at school. Governor Lombardo vetoed these efforts last legislative session, but we will bring them back because putting more money back in your pocket just makes sense. Housing costs are out of control in Nevada. Governor Lombardo has finally proposed legislation to address this issue. Legislative Democrats passed a number of bills to lower housing costs last session. Governor Lombardo vetoed nearly all of them. We look forward to sitting down with the governor and working on his proposals and our proposals. Inaction is simply not an option. Last November, voters overwhelmingly supported putting abortion protections in our state constitution. It is long past due. And with another successful vote in 2026, we will permanently expel politicians from medical examination rooms where they do not belong. We will continue to do everything we can at the legislature to protect the right to choose if and when to start a family, and we will strongly reject any Republican efforts to the contrary. We will also stand strong against any legislation that makes it harder for you to exercise your constitutional right to vote. Nevada is a unique state. Because of that, our voting laws must also be unique and allow you to vote in the way that makes the most sense for you, whether on election day, during in-person early voting, or by mail or drop box. Those politicians proposing to limit Nevada's robust voting system want to make it harder for you to vote so that your vote will not be counted. But we must not let politicians silence voters. Instead, all eligible voters deserve to be heard. Our hearts also go out to all of those affected by the wildfires in Los Angeles. And we thank the first responders for their tireless hard work to get these devastating fires under control. Now, Nevada is no stranger to wildfires, and it is a stark reminder that we must take bold action to address climate change here at home. For home to me, Nevada, not just for us, but for future generations, we must ensure that we have clean water and clean air, and that we protect our public lands. Nevada voters agree and voted to ensure 50% of our energy comes from renewable sources by 2030 and 100% by 2050. This means that we must build upon the work that legislative Democrats have done to transition to clean and renewable energy, modernizing our power grid, and creating good paying jobs in the process. Everyone deserves safety and security. Public safety is important to us because we all live here too. That's why we are committed to strengthening public safety, supporting law enforcement, and enacting programs that reduce crime. Additionally, we will work to protect the well-being of our most vulnerable, from our seniors to our children. Strong families are the foundation of a strong Nevada, and we will continue to prioritize legislation that prevents violent criminals from hurting our families. They must be incarcerated to keep us all safe. Now, gun violence is on the rise in our nation, our state, and our communities. Thoughts and prayers are not enough. Gun violence is now the leading cause of death among Americans under the age of 19. If Governor Lombardo and Republicans are serious about further addressing crime, they will work with us to pass common sense gun violence prevention measures because guns are all too often used in violent crime. This is unacceptable. We must also ensure that our police have the resources they need to tackle crime, and we've done that. In fact, on our watch, Nevada spent the highest percentage of its budget on law enforcement and public safety funding. We also need to continue rehabilitating those with issues that can be addressed, such as substance abuse and mental health. The ultimate goal of any criminal justice system is to use your taxpayer dollars wisely and to rehabilitate offenders so they do not again victimize. So we must not backtrack to the failed tough on crime legislation of the 1990s that was expensive, wasteful, and ineffective without making us any safer. You deserve better than that. People over politics will be our North Star when it comes to ensuring that the criminal justice system actually achieves justice for all. Now, we in the state legislature are closest to you, the voter. In the state assembly, each of us represent about 75,000 Nevadans. State senators represent about 150,000 Nevadans. We're all part-time legislators, meaning we live in our communities, we work in other jobs, and we are not in session. You have voted for us to represent you, and we do not take your support for granted. My fellow Nevadans, we are as ready as ever to get to work on your behalf. Continue to build a Nevada that works for everyone today and offers opportunities for the Nevadans of tomorrow. Indeed, it is our sacred duty to do just that. And we will continue to labor until the work is done. Thank you, my fellow Nevadans, and may God bless you, and may God bless the great state of Nevada. Good night.